Hello, this is Mr. Burkhart, your physics teacher. I'm here today to talk to you about measuring. This should be one of the first things we do in class. This is the first discussion we should have, possibly, related to science, is talk about measuring. And normally when we were in a regular classroom, we would do measuring in the classroom and everything would be provided to you. But through online learning, we're going to have to get creative. So let's go ahead and take a look. Let me see if I can move me out of the way. And now I need to remember how to. There we go. There's one way to do it. All right. So what is measurement? What is measurement? Let's go and pause your video and write down on a piece of paper what you think measurement is. What is measurement? All right. I wonder what the Google has to say. Define fascism. Define measurement. The action of measuring something. Wow. The size, length, or amount of something. The size, length, or amount of something. The amount of something. The amount of something. Measurement is we find out how much it is. I like it. All right. And why are accurate and precise measurements important? Well, that helps. Well, in the world, we have a really technological based civilization that we live in. We depend on our devices for our civilization to do things for us. We have machines that cook our food and wash our clothes and get us around to places. And if we didn't have any of those things to do that, then those things all have to be done by hand by people. And if we wanted to have the leisure time to do other things like write books or create songs or anything that people do for leisure, then other people would have to do them for us, right? And so we don't want to have a civilization that's based on other people doing every physical thing for us, washing our clothes for us and washing our dishes for us and whatever. We create machines to do those things for us. Even right now, I'm sitting in this room making this video. There's a fan going, blowing a cool breeze on me. And if we hadn't invented fans, then a person would have to do that. They'd have to stand there with a big fan and fan me. Or I would just sit here and not have a fan. So the reason accurate and precise measurements are important is, for one reason, is because when you are making things, if they're not created to the right specifications, then they don't work. Also, if we want to communicate with each other, how far away things are, we have to agree on the measurement. So that if we want to meet other people at a certain place at a certain time, we have to have measurements. All right, so here's a slide about accuracy and precision. And we said accurate and precise measurements. This is a pretty typical little slide I just stole right off of Google really fast. Right, so imagine that you're shooting at a target, and so up in this corner here, we have measurements which are not accurate. So accurate would be hitting the bullseye. These are not accurate. Precise would be hitting the same spot. So this is precise, but not accurate, because accurate would be hitting the right answer, right? So accurate is getting the right answer, and precise is getting the same result repeatedly. Here, we are accurate, but not precise. They're kind of all over. They're all kind of in or near the bullseye, but they're not really clumped together. And this would be a good measurement. We got the answer. We were careful. We got the right answer, we got the right measurement, and we can get that same measurement repeatedly. All right, so another word that's I'll just introduce briefly here is uncertainty. Uncertainty in measurements. What we want to do is have less uncertainty in our measurements, and therefore we have more accuracy in our measurements. So when I talk about measuring tools here in a second, I'll talk about uncertainty. Let's see, this is just showing us the less uncertainty we have, the closer we get to this situation where we have accurate, precise measurements. We have less precision, right? Precision going this way, trueness going this way. All right. So the first thing that we're going to measure is distance. So what is distance? Go ahead and pause your video and write down what you think distance is. Okay, and now that you're back, you could say distance is how far apart 2 points are, right? And normally at this point then I would hand out meter sticks or rulers in the classroom and have you measure something, do a little lab, but we're not going to do that. So we need to figure out how you can measure distance at home. And now my face is right in the way, as always. All right. So that's upside down. Just flip it. There we go. All right, that's better. So here I am. Now I'm not upside down. Well, we got to find something to measure with. So one thing you might find a measurement with is a tape measure. Found this in my garage. So maybe you have one of these in your garage. You can measure with. This is great. I use these in class. Notice that this one is only in inches. It's actually hard to find these with both metric and inches on them. You have to. I have to order them special when I buy them for school. If you just go down to the hardware store to look for one, or Walmart or wherever, you're probably going to just find them in inches. So when we want to use a metric system, we're going to have to learn how to convert. We're going to do this at home. Another thing you might have is one of these. This is a ruler. I found this in a drawer in my kitchen. Also, no centimeters. Unfortunately, alas, I'm chagrined. Then I got into my wife's sewing kit, and I found this is a little ruler in there. And this actually has centimeters and inches on it. I don't know if I can get this up here so you can see it. Woo, everything's upside down and backwards for me, so I'm a little confused. But you can see there's inches and centimeters on this. A little tiny. It's not going to be very good for what we want to do, but at least it has centimeters on it. And then I also found this. This is a paper tape measure. Some of them are nicer than others. This is out of a sewing kit as well. This would be pretty good, and I like that it's got inches and centimeters on it, so that would be really handy. So what if you don't have any of that? Then what are you going to do? Well, you have another option. You can use one of these. This is a shoe. You can measure how long the shoe is. Well, you can't. You have to just report your measurement out in shoe lengths, I guess. You can use a shoe. Well, I'll just tell you that I wear a size 12, and the shoe is 12 inches long. So you could use a shoe and just measure shoe lengths, or you could maybe use an 8.5 and 11 piece of paper. You know that piece of paper is 11 inches, so you could just use a piece of paper, 11 inches, 11 inches, 11 inches, 11 inches, right? So try to get creative and find something that works for you for measuring distance. This, move me around all the time. All right, so to wrap this up, I'd like you to do something. We're going to practice measuring and find a tool or other creative method for measuring distance, totally up to you. I'd like you to find some shoes in your house. It would be helpful. So M is for men's shoes, W is for women's shoes. I'm not trying to assume a gender for your shoes. I'm not trying to make a joke. I'm just saying this is the way shoes are. So they're sold 2 different ways. Men's shoes and women's shoes. It'd be better for this experiment if you had a mixture of both kinds, because you can see the point I'm trying to make. If your selection is limited, just whatever you got, that's fine. We're going to be sharing our information with each other. So if you don't have a wide selection of shoes to investigate, then I will be sharing other people's information with you so that you can understand. I want you to measure along the bottom of the shoe, so kind of the way I did. I hope, now I turned the camera off. I didn't turn it off, took it away. All right, so just measure along the bottom of the shoe here. Be careful. I don't know what that is, but it's not poo, so I guess we're okay. And then just do that for different shoes in your house. It'd be better if some of them were M shoes and some of them were W shoes, and different sizes. So if you have different people that live in your house, maybe you'll have different size feet. It'd be better to mix it up and not just all the same person's shoes. So you won't really get the point of the activity if you just do the same person's shoes, because they're probably all the same size. And then we're going to go to Canvas and we're going to answer these questions. The relationship between length and shoe size, and length and this should say shoe. It keeps wanting to autocorrect me to show or something. It's happened multiple times. I've already fixed it a few times. And you'll report that out. And then once everybody's had a chance to report out some information, I'm going to provide a big spreadsheet of information. You can learn about graphing and see what is the relationship between shoe size and length of shoes in America. All right, so go ahead and get to it. And please go to Canvas and find in week 1 the measuring assignment, which is where this all came from anyways. And please email me if you have questions. Thank you.